Mahershala Ali is one of the most respected actors in Hollywood.
So blessed to have had an opportunity. Really appreciate it.
Yet many fans have no idea he is a devout Muslim.
They go, that is your name? I was like, yes.
The two-time Academy Award winner, celebrated for his roles in Moonlight and Green Book, was actually raised a Christian, the son of an ordained Baptist minister. As a young adult, he made a deliberate choice to convert to Islam around the year 2000, even changing his surname from Gilmore to Ali.
And then the best part is your last name is
Ali.
Three letters. Yeah.
He went on to make history. When he won his first Oscar for Moonlight, he became the first Muslim actor ever to take home an Acting Academy Award. In a heartfelt award speech, he spoke openly about his faith and his loving relationship with his Christian mother, saying their different beliefs only deepened their bond.
I want to dedicate this to my mother.
For Ali, his faith is a guiding light, a quiet and steady presence behind one of the finest careers in modern cinema. Dave Chappelle, one of the most famous comedians on the planet, holds a faith that surprises many of his fans. The star, beloved for his groundbreaking sketch show and record-breaking comedy specials, quietly converted to Islam in the late 1990s. He has chosen to keep his religious life intensely private, rarely mentioning it in his stand-up. His reason is revealing. He once explained that he does not like to talk about his religion publicly because he does not want people to connect his own flaws with what he called a beautiful thing, adding that he believes it is a beautiful religion when learned the right way. He is described first encountering the faith as a teenager through Muslim acquaintances, and he named his first son Ibrahim. For someone whose entire career is built on speaking his mind in front of millions, his faith remains one of the few subjects he prefers to keep close to his heart. Ellen Burstyn, the legendary Oscar-winning actress now in her 90s, may be the most surprising name of all. A star of classic films like The Exorcist and Requiem for a Dream, she was raised Roman Catholic in Detroit. Yet for more than 50 years, she has quietly followed Sufism, the mystical tradition within Islam. She embraced the path back in 1970 after being initiated at a spiritual gathering high in the mountains by a noted Sufi teacher, who gave her a spiritual name, meaning she who is guided. Her practice is deeply personal and open-hearted. She describes herself as a spirit drawn to the truth she sees living in all the great religions, and she keeps a Sufi prayer of gratitude close to her. Hers is a universalist, mystical form of the faith, rather than strict traditional observance, but it has been a guiding force in her life for over half a century. Ice Cube, the rap pioneer turned major Hollywood star, holds a personal relationship with Islam that many of his movie fans never knew about. Famous for comedies like Friday and the Barbershop films, as well as his groundbreaking music, he embraced the faith in the early 1990s. His version of it, though, is very much his own. In a memorable interview, he explained that he calls himself a natural Muslim, describing it as simply him and God, without the rituals and routines of formal worship, that, as he put it, were just not in him to do. Over the years, he has spoken about drawing from more than one spiritual tradition, describing his beliefs in his own independent terms. It is a deeply individual approach to faith from one of the most recognizable figures in both music and film, and one that tends to catch people by surprise. Bella Hadid, one of the world's most famous supermodels.
This is Bella Hadid, and I'm going to take you through my life in looks so far.
Surprised many fans when she spoke openly about her Muslim heritage. Though known primarily for the runway rather than the screen, she is a global celebrity whose words carry weight. Her father, the property developer Mohammed Hadid, is a Palestinian Muslim, and she was raised in a home that blended different traditions. In a 2017 interview, reflecting on her father, she said he was always religious and always prayed with the family, and she declared, "I am proud to be a Muslim." In later years, she has described her spirituality in broader terms, saying she feels she connects with every religion, rather than just one. Her openness about her background, especially her pride in her Palestinian roots, has made her a notable voice, and her connection to the faith remains a part of her identity that often catches people off guard. Aziz Ansari, the comedian and actor known for Parks and Recreation and his acclaimed series Master of None, comes from a Muslim background that surprises many of his fans. He was born in South Carolina to parents who had emigrated from southern India, and he was raised in an observant Muslim family. His upbringing has even shaped his work, with one celebrated episode of his own show exploring what it was like to grow up as a young Muslim in America. As an adult, however, Ansari has been candid that he is not religious himself, saying in interviews that he was never really that devout. He tends to gently sidestep questions about exactly how he labels his beliefs today. So, while he is not a practicing Muslim, his roots lie firmly in a Muslim household, a piece of his story that adds unexpected depth to one of comedy's most familiar faces. Kumail Nanjiani, the actor and writer who charmed audiences in Silicon Valley and the Marvel film Eternals, was raised in a deeply religious Muslim household. Born and brought up in Karachi, Pakistan, he grew up within a devout Shia Muslim family before moving to the United States for college. His background became the heart of his acclaimed Oscar-nominated film The Big Sick, which drew on his own life and the cultural expectations he grew up with. As an adult, Nanjiani has been open about the fact that he moved away from the faith and now considers himself non-believing, a shift that began during his university years. His story is one of two worlds, the strict religious upbringing of his childhood and the very different path he chose later. And it is a background that many who know him only from his comedic roles find genuinely surprising. Asif Manvi, the actor and comedian familiar from The Daily Show and the hit series Evil, carries a Muslim heritage that often surprises those who know his work. Born in India and raised partly in England before settling in Florida, he grew up in a Muslim family belonging to a particular community within the faith. His own relationship with religion is refreshingly honest and a little self-deprecating. He once joked that he had spent more time in bars than in mosques over the years, but added that he will always feel culturally Muslim, describing it as simply part of who he is. In other words, while he is not strictly devout, his identity remains shaped by the traditions he was raised in. It is a nuanced and very relatable kind of faith connection, one that reflects how many people relate to the culture and heritage they grew up surrounded by. French Montana, the multi-platinum rapper, holds tightly to a faith rooted in his earliest years. Though best known for music rather than acting, he is a major American star with a remarkable life story. He was born Kareem Karbouche in Casablanca, Morocco, and raised a Sunni Muslim before moving to the Bronx in New York as a teenager. Unlike some others, he has remained an active, practicing Muslim throughout his fame. He has spoken about fully observing the holy month of Ramadan, fasting and stepping back from social media, and once mentioned reading the entire Quran during that time. He wears a necklace bearing the name of God and weaves references to prayer into his music. He is humble about it, admitting he is not a perfect Muslim, but his faith has clearly remained a steady anchor through an extraordinary journey from Morocco to American stardom.